and I'm back with another video for Ophelia Talks. And today in this video I'm going to show you how to do the waffle stitch. So this video is just going to be a tutorial on how I do my waffle stitch, and I will have a proper project in the next video. So I always like trying out a new stitch in a sampler, because that way you can learn so many things from that, and it's a good pattern reminder to keep next to you. And maybe we can't use this for anything, but I still do believe that it is worth your time and your yarn to try this out. So I am just straightforward using some Starcraft DK. I am using the hook that I usually use for DK, which is a 3.5. There we go. And this way, trying out a sampler with the hook that you usually use will give you an idea of how the stitch reacts and how soft or how stiff or how lacy or how your fabric is going to turn out. And this way you can then decide, actually I don't like this, it's too stiff or it's too lacy. That way you can also amend your hook to the stitch, and that way you will have good results when you do finally start your main project in that stitch. So of course you'll need your scissors, and of course it'll be debatable whether I'm going to be sewing in these ends, but as it's a sampler it doesn't matter. So let's get on with the tutorial. So this time we are going to use DK. I am using my 3.5, which is what I usually use for DK. I've made my slip knot, I'm going to insert my hook, and I'm going to chain 30. So 30 is a multiple of 3, and for this waffle stitch that is what we need. We need a multiple of 3, and 30 is going to give me enough repeats so that I can really have a nice try and see the effect of the stitch. So let's start chaining. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 28, 29 and 30. There we go. So I have here my 30 chains, and now of course to start doing my first row we're going to have to remember which one is our 30th chain. I usually do 1 chain. This is my turning chain and it doesn't count, so now I'm going to yarn over and into the 30th chain, so skipping that 1 chain that we did after counting to 30, I am going to do a double crochet. So double crochet is yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 and yarn over, pull through 2, and you are going to make 30 double crochet, so 1 double crochet in each chain of our starting chain. So there we go. So I'm going to continue this way until I reach the end of my chain. So I now have here my 30 double crochets, and now we are going to get started on the actual stitch. So to turn we are going to do a chain 1. This is our turning chain. Again, we disregard it, we act as if we didn't do it. Then we are going to do a double crochet in the first stitch, so yarn over, tip the work towards you, find the 2 strands of that V where that turning chain is coming out of, and create your double crochet there in that first stitch. So now we are going to start our waffle stitch, and that means we are going to do front post double crochets. A front post double crochet is yarn over, and so this is the first stitch, so that's been used. Then the next stitch, this one here, instead of going like we would do normally under the V, we are going to go around the post. So that means front post, and you pick up your yarn and you do your double crochet. And it might not look like anything now, but in a moment, and of course when we've done the other row, because this is a 2-row repeat, it will turn into that iconic waffle look. And then now we are going to do a normal double crochet after that. So in a way we have done the repeat that we are going to do. So the repeat is a double crochet in the next stitch, a front post double crochet around the post of the next stitch, and a double crochet in the next stitch. So this is what it looks like. So double crochet, front post double crochet, and a double crochet. There we go. And this is how you are going to continue all along your row. Now when you've done your front post double crochet and you tip your work over, you are going to have to leave this V unworked, because of course that is the V that belongs to this post and that stitch has been used. So don't start using the V's of the stitches where you have used the front post. Okay, so make sure you don't increase your stitches by doing so. So as you could see, I went around the stitch. That V is sort of lying there. The next stitch now is in fact the next stitch that I see there and not behind the front post double crochet. There we go. I'm nearly at the end here. So this is my stitch 1 bar last. And then here I know that I am going to end in a normal double crochet. So you yarn over and you tip the work towards you and you see the V there, and that is the V that you're going to pick up. So make an effort to pick up the correct strands here and you will have a nice edge to your work. So now this is the first row of our 2-row repeat. So now we're going to do the second row of our 2-row repeat. So we start with a chain 1, you turn and you do your double crochet. There we go. And now we are going to do another double crochet. And then you're going to do a front post double crochet in the next 2 locations. So 1 and 2 front post double crochets. There we go. And now we're going to do 1 normal double crochet. So 1 double crochet in the next stitch. And once again, the ones here that you are skipping are used. So don't use these V's here because of course we've used the posts of these stitches. So you're then going to go on to the next stitch there, which is the one that you're going to be using. Then here we are doing 2 more front post double crochets. There we go. Voila. And so this is your second row. This is your repeat that you will be doing here. A double crochet, then 2 front post double crochets next to one another. And this is what it looks like, and this is what it looks like on the other side. So this will create a look which is different on both sides of your work. So on one side you'll have the waffles, on the other side you will have this kind of look. I like both sides, but of course we all do it for the waffle effect. So let's continue with doing our double crochet, then in the next stitch a front post double crochet, and in the next stitch a front post double crochet. Double crochet and then front post and front post. There we go. I will see you at the end of the row. So I'm nearly at the end of the row, and as you can see here we started with 2 double crochets just in the stitch like this, and then after our last 2 front post double crochets. This is how we are going to end in 2 normal double crochets as well. So find the V's to use and place your double crochets in them. There we go. So now we go back to our first row repeat. So chain 1, turn, you do your first double crochet in that same stitch, and then we are going to start doing what we've done in row 1 of our repeat, which is a front post double crochet. Then we do a double crochet, in the next stitch a double crochet, and then we are doing our front post one again, and then double crochet in the next one, and front post. So here our repeat really is 1 double crochet, 1 front double crochet, 1 double crochet, and then you start your repeat again. Double crochet, front post, double crochet, front post, double crochet. And as you can see, our little waffle effect is starting to appear. So I will continue now until I get to the end of the row. And once again, I am doing my last double crochet. There we go. So I've finished my first row of my next repeat. So now for row 2 of my 2-row repeat, chain 1, turn, and do your double crochet in the first stitch. Then you do a double crochet in the next stitch, and then you do 1 front post double crochet in the next 2 stitches. Then it's time for a double crochet in the next stitch, and then once again 1 front post double crochet in the next 2 stitches. And keep on repeating these 2 rows, and to be honest, it's quite clear which row you're doing where, because you are making a certain pattern. And of course on the front you will be making the waffle pattern, but of course on the back you are making this pattern here, so where you have the 2 front posts above each other and just the 1 sort of lower down. And then on this side, of course, look at that, you are making those waffles. So yes, I thought this was a lovely little stitch, and certainly because of course you get that lovely effect. Not only do you get the waffle stitch on one side, but I do like the back as well, so I don't mind that it looks different on both sides. So this is how you will continue. So you keep on repeating these 2 rows until, of course, you've got enough, until you've made the panel that you need, until you've made the scarf that you wanted to make. So in the next tutorial, I am going to make the scarf that I have here. But I just wanted, with this tutorial, I just wanted to do a basic tutorial of the stitch in preparation for you to just have a go, basically, and try out this new stitch, because it is a new stitch for our channel, and also to have a reference video for you to, you know, refer back to in the future, or whenever you just want to try out a new stitch. So I will continue a little bit more on this sampler here, so I can show you a few more rows, but really that is it. So 2-row repeat, and I will be back at the end of this tutorial to just give you the last row of what to do to finish it off as well. So I am just finishing my last row. Now obviously I am only doing a sampler, and I have decided I've had enough. So I am now finishing my sampler, and this is the back of my sampler. I'm just going to do a chain one, then turn, and this of course is the front. Look at how pretty this is. I mean, oh my goodness, the effect is so nice. Anyway, to now make sure that we finish here the same way as we started here, we're going to do a row of double crochets, just straight double crochets. So just picking up the V in each stitch along the row, and this will give you sort of the kind of look that we had when we started as well. I am going to do my row of double crochets, and I will be back with you to show you what it looks like when I have finished it. Just doing my last 2 stitches. There we go. So this is now what my little sampler looks like, and like I said, it's always good to do a sampler. You're not going to waste the yarn, because this yarn was now put to really good use for you to learn a new stitch. So I hope you have enjoyed learning a new stitch, and I will be showing you how to do the men's scarf in the next tutorial. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!